people of the World Wide Web. So it is Wednesday, as you all know. It is episode 83, I believe. So it's look what I've been watching. So a recap of the physical media that I've been watching over this past week. Now, I do have had a comment on the channel for these videos saying about physical media, asking about Agatha All Along. I haven't seen this series. I don't have Disney Plus. But obviously, please do let me know in the comments if I try to keep this physical media, just because I'm trying to keep the physical media alive, and that's what I watch. But if you are interested in online series, please do let me know. I will try and get to watching them and try and then speak about them in these videos. I won't do separate reviews and stuff because I don't really like reviewing online movies or stuff. I only kind of review what I go to the cinema or just a recap of what I'm seeing. Anyway, this is a look what I've been watching. Yes, so we shall get into it in reverse order. So the last one I watched, so this was sold to me, so to speak, by AJ and Matt. They've spoken about this, obviously about kind of a killer truck. I know it's from Steven Spielberg. I kind of thought it may be like a demonic truck that eats other trucks, or loads of people get killed and it goes on this mad hunt. That wasn't the case. The title should have kind of given it away. That is essentially this guy, he's on the way to his office or some meeting, encounters this truck, and then it's kind of a duel between the two of them. I did like certain aspects of it. I did quite like the diner scene. I did quite like you don't get to see the driver, and there is this unknowing. Me having quite a knowledge in cars and stuff like this, the fact a lorry or a big semi truck is doing almost 100 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, keeping up with his car, very unrealistic. And the fact this car's swerving all over the place on trying to do these high speeds and stuff, while this lorry's not having any problems, was very unrealistic to me. But that's just based on my personal experiences. Obviously, I did try to take a step back within watching this movie, that I understand obviously this came out so long ago, and forget about modern movies. I did think it was very cleverly done, reading up on stuff that Steven Spielberg had to deal with. I suppose there's a lot of images of him in it, which I never saw. And I said I didn't mind the film. I say I quite like the more psychological side of things, them two racing, his radiator hose blowing, and a few bits like that. And the kind of final demise of it was a little bit not satisfactory to me. I did notice the number plates on the front of the thing, and it would have been nice to have a few other people killed within this, or at least, but apart from a phone box. But that's just me. So that we have. Next one is The Quiet American. So we have Michael Caine at the age of 68 with a love interest of a young Tony Bird, which was a little bit shocking. But essentially, he is a journalist. He is in, if I can remember exactly, Vietnam. So it's 1950s Vietnam. He's in there, and then he befriends this American who comes over. And then it kind of leads to this event, and then kind of the conclusion of the character that is played by Brendan Fraser. You kind of find out early on how this character's story ends, and then it's kind of playback, and then you're learning. And I thought there was some interesting bits. I mean, I'm not a massive war fan, especially when it's a little bit more plain. I mean, I think this is quoted quite well, and I mean, I did like some parts of it. It wasn't the greatest movie in the world. I think I got it for 50p or £1 from a charity shop within the line of duty. So it's quite nice to have it to the collection. It's probably something I would go back and watch. It's only like an hour and a half, so it's quite a nice, easy watch. Then to add to my creature feature, we have Crawl. So I really liked this the first time I watched it. Really liked it the second time. Glad they didn't kill the dog. That's just what I have to say as a dog owner. I know dogs have been killed off and stuff in movies, and animals do get eaten. You'll find out in another movie that I have where an animal gets eaten or something. But I did thought this was very clever of how, it's two people. There is a very small cast. Obviously, I think there's 6 or 7 people that are kind of main in it, apart from an open swimming scene in the beginning, and how it is done quite well. I think the alligators aren't you can tell they're CG, but it's not done too bad. Whether they could actually survive with the injuries that they did, who knows. but I did quite like so I think it is a very well done modern creature feature. Then we have another one. So I've been going back to some old movies. So this is Hitcher. This is the version AJ got me. So apologies, AJ. He hates being mentioned in these videos for this series. I actually quite like this. The young lad who plays kind of the victim in this, I thought he was very clever. And essentially he picks up Rutger Hauer. And Rutger Hauer is kind of a psycho who goes on a killing path. There were some bits of it that just seemed over the top. The facts, I was a bit... Killing the kind of love interest off, and the way they kill it off was quite shocking. I didn't expect that to happen. I didn't expect that was where to go. So that was good. It kind of stuff like this kept me on. I thought Rutger Hauer played the psycho quite well. I quite liked the young lad. I thought he played the victim very well, and I very liked certain elements of it, even the way the kind of credits are shot and you have him having a smoke in the side of his thing. And I thought that was very nice, very touching. There is a little bit of similarity to Duel. I've not seen the recent one, but I quite enjoy it. I do like Rutger Hauer. There were just some bits where he seems to kill everybody with one shot and stuff like this, and just over the top. There were a few little bits I was like, oh, come on. But I think it's just a movie of its time, and you have to kind of go with it. Next we had the Steelbook outer case for The Source. So anybody who'd probably watched a live stream I did a few weeks ago, I did speak about this, and it was just quite trash. As I say, I'm not the biggest Highlander fan of any of this. I do like the TV series, what I remember of it. I don't mind the first movie. I don't think I've really watched anything else besides that. I only have the first movie in this. But yeah, all about... So it's an interesting story. I mean, I like some of the get-ups and the idea of the bad guy and stuff like this. I think it could have been done better, but it was all right. It's kind of a turn your brain off, watch it. I wouldn't recommend it too far else because it is a Steel out case. I will keep this in the collection, even because it's a gift from AJ as well. Then we go into Disney. So a Disney movie I'd never seen, The Fox and the Hound. My wife did not want to watch this with me. She said, this is very sad. So I was expecting a lot of death in this. And unfortunately, apart from the mum getting killed straight away, there isn't. It's kind of a story of two friends that are obviously grown up to be kind of enemies, but they kind of come together in the end, and it's quite nice. I did actually really like it. It is sad they don't kind of get to be friends, but they had that mutual respect for each other and stuff. But yeah, I did enjoy it. And then the final one, which was the first one, as you see, it is Deep Blue Sea. So I've had, as you can tell how old this is, it's the cardboard version. Thomas Jane's first outing, and I know there was a lot of reshoots and stuff done to the start. I really like this movie. Obviously, you had the big... I think it was a movie at this time that dared to do a little bit different. Obviously, you had the killing from Samuel L. Jackson halfway through the movie, and a few other little bits that work really, really well. I think some of the shark stuff is done, even though some of it's fake, some of it's real, and how it's done. It was very, very clever. There was a little bit restrictions behind the scenes. It wasn't really, even though it was a big blockbuster, but I thought this was a very, very good movie. I have not seen 2 or 3, but do look forward to maybe picking them up. I don't know, have you seen 2 or 3? Let me know your thoughts and feelings about them in the comments below, and whether I should pick them up to add to this. But anyway, that has been a look what I've been watching. As always, a random take. Thank you for coming along and watching the videos. I do appreciate it. If you feel the need to subscribe or hit the like button, I would much appreciate it. It does go a long way to helping my channel grow. I've been Cypher Sigma Screen Time, and I shall see you in the next one.